days I might look at you. You pull me back into your river, swim a little deeper. I don't need to breathe. When my head
Paganello, the real mixed final, the real deal, the reason we're here, the biggest division in this juggernaut of a tournament with massive divisions all over. Eurodisc Arena at PAGA in Rimini. It's been a wonderful day, and we have got the ultimate final coming up. A team called Bling, star-studded in shiny imports from all over the world that have resumes that would write pages and days worth of championship and pedigree. Across from them in the blue will be the Italian national team, a beach program working towards WBUC in Portugal this year. And for them to play in front of a home crowd must mean so much. To take on this star-studded team who thinks they're just going to prance right in and win must be huge. My name's Stefan Rapazzo. I am pleased to be joined by the wonderful Giovanni Chopo Santucci to call the action here. Chopo, the energy here is electric. How you feeling heading into this one?
Welcome everybody, good afternoon. The energy, as you said, is rising up to a maximum level here. Italy mixed is ready to face this star-studded team. And yesterday we saw the semis. Italy faced a very talented and well-designed Germany team, but at the end they came up winning with a solid performance by the whole team. And what about the Bling semifinals? What can we say?
Bling semi was well contested. I think a heck of an effort put against them, but Bling just kept shining. The Midnight Cobras were the opponent, and they put up a great effort. They broke early to put a little bit of pressure on to Bling, but Bling really didn't waste time responding to that pressure, got their breaks back in the first half, took the lead, took control of the game, and they are now stoked to bring this final game. It is a two-tournament tour for Bling, the Paga Copa. This, of course, the first leg, the first gigantic leg is to get this win in Paganello to be able to even have a chance at the double. And in front of them, it is no easy feat. This is the perfect final, the final we've all wanted. The hometown national team standing in the way of the dreams of superstars. You can't ask for much more in this Chopo. If Italy can get an early break and get the crowd behind them, that is the best way to put pressure on this team of superstars, and will give them a heck of a chance. If Bling gets ahead, it could get very difficult to rely on the crowd as the eighth player.
Yeah, as they say, Italy here in the home crowd can find the sixth player on the pitch.
I keep saying eighth. It's sixth. You're right. We're on the beach here.
But, I mean, we're gonna just see now all the talents lining up and introducing themselves to the home crowd following us on YouTube. Remember, if you're here, if you're at home watching us, it means you have to click that subscribe and like button.
And here you see the player introductions. There he is, the engineer of this team, Peter Nia. Lightspeed, his company behind him. And behind this team and this project, Harper Garvey, Manuela Cardenas, Rob Reeves, Emily Wong, Reeves known as the Beast, the Australian. Wong, another Australian living in the Philippines. Elliot Bonet, the Frenchman many of you remember from his dominance in Huntington. Jimmy Mickle, one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Lisa P, great big in Denver, national champion, USA rep. Christian Boxley on the World Games roster. Chris Kocher, quite possibly the best player in the world right now. La Gala, the iconic Stegosaurus hat, and the piece of the puzzle that brings a little bit of Rimini to Bling. She's from the home turf. Claire Trope, top of the ladder, best female player in the world in many people's opinions.
Mine too.
Lev Kovalchuk, the German sensation who's been doing it overseas in the U.S. J-Lo, the Filipino ageless wonder. Bo Kittredge, GOAT conversation. Keenan Lawrence, a perennial AUDL standout. And Leshnik, the young CrossFitter that pops off nonstop. Chopo, tell us about some of these Italians as they start coming out here.
We're starting with some Bolognese players: Gaia Pancotti, Arturo Laffi, Wendy Lafiata, one of the pillars of this Rimini community. And then we have number 13, Pompizzi. Novelli, again, that was in the mixed team that got the silver medal in Limerick. Pagliarani, one of the best beach players in Italy and one of the longest career on beach. Irene Scazzieri, the Fury player that she's preparing actually to go back this year and try to repeat. Riccardo Venturoli, the incredible fast-speeded defender. Ruscello, another talent, born and raised here in Rimini. Fantini, his bro on the Cota team. Pingu, Luca Tognetti, the captain of La Fotta with Arturo Laffi. And then the staff, JJ Festa, Vanessa Barzazzi, actually, the sister of David Barzazzi. And now we got the second half of the team going in. We got
17, Alberto Girotto.
17, as you heard, Girotto players, key player for Padova, lefty handler.
Marco Della Vedova, Chisio.
Marco Della Vedova for One Tribe, the founder, maybe not the founder, but the head of the snake for One Tribe and PAGA in Bologna. Giulia Baroncini, a key player for Shout. Fayed, one of the youngest talent in this team. Susie Casarini, incredible handler, incredible endurance. And Gasparini to end it up with David Barzazzi. So we have 3 of the 4 captain of La Fotta in this team, just to let you know.
La Fotta and Shout, huge parts of the Italian community and what drive talent. There are the player introductions. They're going to have a little throw around before they take the line. We're going to take a short break right here, and we'll be back with the opening poll of the real mixed final here at Paganello. We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
Lightspeed, a global venture capital firm, is proud to sponsor Team Bling, where excellence and cohesion take center stage.
Paganello working off a burning ring of fire here with Johnny Cash. The spaghetti western themed festival tournament. The Italian gem on the calendar circuit, Paganello, is here, and the grand finale out in front of us. Bling taking on Italia, set to begin in moments time. Italia wearing their azzurri blue, and Bling in the white with the gold trim. Chopo, it's palatable now. We can feel the energy, feel the excitement. I just can't wait for this poll.
Yeah.
Are we gonna put any predictions out there, Chopo? Do you have a feeling? Do you have a feeling?
So we already had prediction last night in front of a pizza, but I'm gonna confirm my prediction, obviously in favor of Italy mixed. I think it's gonna be a close game, and it's gonna finish 13-11 for Italy mixed.
Chopo with full faith in his national side. A lot of his teammates out there.
Could it also be not going to 13? But I'm still.
I did see a couple of the predictions last night at 9-11s and lower scoring. I can't see it with the proficiency of scoring and of offense on these two sides. I think I took a 13-10 Bling win last night, and I'm going to hang with it. As I said, I'd love to see the Italians get out early and put more pressure on Bling, but I have this sneaking suspicion if Bling gets up and gets breaks early, it might be too tricky to get the crowd into it the way they might if they're playing with a lead.
Yeah, it could be, but I think that Italy offense is focused and ready to back off the pressure that Bling is gonna put on them.
1 minute till game time. The announcement. We are just about here, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages. ULTI.TV in your homes, on your screens, living rooms, kitchens. Thank you for being with us. Make sure you hit that like button. Go on and subscribe. Tell your friends. Sign an account up for your dog. Do all the good things. And for goodness sake, get to Paganello next year.
Place to be, place to be.
The calm before the storm. The Italians have taken the line. I have a feeling they're playing offense by the looks of the players out there with Girotto, Laffi, and Fantini, flanked with Pagliarani and Laffiata. I get this feeling that they're ready to receive.
The time is running.
So it looks like Italy is gonna start in offense.
And Bling sending a D-line down.
So, big names on this D-line for Bling, but even bigger names on this O-line for Italy.
First D-line of the day goes to Bonet, Lawrence, and Kittredge for the male matching, alongside Lagala, the hometown hero, and Volchak.
Other side, Pagliarani, Laffiata, and Girotto, Arturo Laffi, and Fanto for the Italy offense.
And here we go. We are underway. The final has begun. And Bonet sends a humdinger. I think it lands in and rolls out unplayable. So a brick, or front line rather, entry for Laffi. Arturo Laffi. It is a brick. It did land out. I thought that was right. So they walk just a little bit further together. And Laffi gets going. There was a bid there by Bonet, but he couldn't get a piece. Fantini hangs on to the disc. Pagliarani goes around. Girotto, hands on. The ambidextrous thrower has a look, goes back. Pagliarani to Girotto, and we have a pick called upfield. Girotto with one of the greatest to ever play this game, Bo Kittredge, on the mark.
So patient, Girotto, so patient.
Laffi tries to get it back into the center, does find Girotto. Girotto motions with the lefty backhand. It's worth saying lefty because he is that great ambidextrous thrower. A call on the play there. I believe it's a pick, seeing the space between Bonet and Fantini.
Yeah, it was a pick call on the reset coming down. Pagliarani was coming down, and Bonet is saying that he couldn't follow up, but I think they're talking about meters. You know, it's always that the tricky part of the pick, where you 3 meters with me, where you following me, where you follow somebody else.
Back into play, Girotto sights Fantini. High pass count already. You got to say this Bling defensive unit doing a pretty good job making them work, but now Italy on the front foot, and a pick leaves Girotto open. Is there a call here? Kittredge went down, and you hear an immediate crowd reaction. I predicted that. I don't think the crowd will boo at all Bling's playing, but any time it's about a call, I can see the crowd having a pretty immediate opposing opinion.
Well, they could as well boo a bit of Bling. Don't be preposterous.
Yeah, Fantini gets it from Laffi. Tried to go around. Good mark put on by Bonet. Pagliarani fires to the far sideline. Fantini tests the mark, then shovels back to Pagliarani. Pagliarani gets the around. Laffiata's there, space in the corner. Can they convert? They got high, and I think Lagala got a touch on that, but it still wobbled in to Laffi's hands for the Italia goal.
Wow, what a point for Italy. Mixed couple calls, everything's moved smoothly, and at the end Laffiata with a bit of spiciness in that backhand over the head of Lagala. Let's see it. Let's run it back. Laffiata getting the disc, waiting, and that's it.
Lagala did touch it just a tiny little bit there. I'd say
Lucky.
Bling can be happy with the defensive pressure, how many throws they made him, but Italy's got to be more happy withstanding the pressure, walking one in, first point of the game, levels their nerves a bit. Everybody gets well adjusted to the gameplay when you go through all the hands like that.
So Casarini now with the disc ready to pull, while Festa is orchestrating this D-line, composed by Tognetti and Gasperini as middle matching player, Baroncini, Scazzieri and Casarini as female matching player. The other side, we have the best of the best.
Picked up by Chris Kocher to Jimmy Mickle. Yes, that's right. Now Claire Trope from her knees. Lisa Pitt-Caithley with the disc. Sent deep, but it's too far for Leshnik. And an immediate turn by Bling. Big chance to get the crowd involved for the Italians right now.
Yeah, the crowd, it looks like is super tense. I don't hear too much clapping or shouting. They're just observing in awe.
Waiting for it to happen. Tognetti gets the around. Casarini goes to Gasperini. And he goes back to Tognetti. Tognetti sends deep. Scazzieri, the target, but too far for everyone. Trope was on the chase.
Yeah. What a fight. What a one-on-one we have downfield. Trope against Scazzieri. I mean, what better can you ask for in a tournament final of Paganello?
Not too much. We are getting a real treat here with these matchups. So many superstars shining on this field right now. Mickle picks up that disc and brings it to the front line. Cuts initiate. Trope takes the first look. Far sideline. Leshnik goes up, and Trope goes back through Mickle. Now Kocher Concher throws high. Pitcaithley manages it brilliantly with a toe drag, and now inside to Leshnik. And they just want to talk and have a look and see. We'll have a look too. It was quite close. But I think there's a call somewhere else. Here is...
No, there was the toe in, and Gasperini thought he was out.
I thought that was in. She did touch tape as she kept leaning.
Yeah, but
I
it was
think
in.
initially
It was in. And now, just Baroncini heard Gasperini called and the game stopped.
Leshnik and Trope give and go with a switch on the D. Concher comes and gives an option for Leshnik. Concher in the backfield, fires forward. Trope near corner, fires to the end zone. Leshnik is there for the goal. And Bling leveled things up. They got to work hard for a very dirty hold. Nice start to this game, 1-1.
Yeah, for a second, I thought that Italy could break early. I hoped so, but now you can tell that Bling team really is putting up the pressure. I was focused on watching them in the first point, marking the disc. The attention or just the experience that this player have in marking in such a small field compared to a grass field, gives you just a huge advantage.
Yeah, big advantage indeed. Smaller pitch. Make sure you're giving yourselves all the advantages in life by doing your good civic duties, hitting that like button and subscribing while we continue to bring you the action here from Paganello. 1-1. We are 8.5 minutes in. 2 pretty long points, really. The low-scoring game may well happen.
Yeah.
If it all played out like this, it would be a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, here Bling with Carmen Lagala waiting to blade Dispo out, and the other side, the Italy offense looking sharp.
Girotto folds the disc over and goes to Pagliarani. Looks for Della Vedova.
Wow.
Nice visionary throw to get there. Della Vedova to Girotto.
Girotto, Della Vedova getting poached.
Della Vedova goes to Girotto. And he beats Boxley and lands in. Stayed in front. Heck of a run by the ambidextrous Girotto from Padova.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday that Bosley, it's really capable of catching up with you in the last 10 centimeters with his leap, but not this time. Girotto was wise enough to keep his shoulders up front and in between Boxley and the disc, not giving him the chance to reach out and get the D.
Yeah, I really liked how Girotto did square up. You know, it's not really a box out when you're still running, but it's just that positioning, making sure hips and shoulders keep squaring between the disc and the defender.
Great throw. Great throw by Della Vedova.
Yeah.
Della Vedova. I keep calling him like you call him. It's Della Vedova.
Della Vedova. Okay, good to know. I thought it was like the Australian basketball player who played in the NBA, Della Vedova, who's spelled the same way, but
yeah, but
Della Vedova.
Della Vedova.
Della Vedova. Here we go. So 2-1, 10 minutes in, inching our way into this final. Pingu Tognetti, one of the members of the Tokai Super Team, last time and again this time, sends that pull to his one-time partner now, Jimmy Mickle. Bonnet to Mickle. Mickle jacks it. Trope versus Scazzieri. Trope's got position, and Trope has got the disc in her hands. Big spike coming up. She's fired up. And a quick offensive possession. 2-2, leveled again.
Yeah, when we're watching the replay, you can see that Scazzieri lost the side of the disc and didn't really knew that the disc was already at catch height. It was right on top of her head and started to curve. Yeah, you see, she just didn't want to bump, and I think she bumped.
Mickle putting that one out in front. Made it a bit of a contest, but certainly if you got to pick receivers to trust, Claire Trope has given plenty reason to have that trust out of Jimmy over the course of this weekend, and certainly careers intertwined as well.
Yeah, I saw them on the pitch and outside during free times, and you can really tell that Jimmy and Claire are really good friends, in and out of the field. Bonnet with the disc.
Oh, we got a beast sighting out there, the big Australian, covered in beard. And Bonnet sends another one that does it land inch perfect in and roll out. It's very close to the back tape every single time.
Something has been found that was
right.
lost, and so the crowd is cheering.
What was once lost is found. Rejoice for all. Here comes Laffi. Laffi to Fantini. Now Laffi. And Pagliarani. Looking to get around. Sends deep. And that's not going to get there. Off target, and a first Bling break chance of the game. Bonnet. Oh, nice high release backhand to Kocher. And then Kocher puts some shape on it. Beast takes it out, pops it on the head, and puts it to the ground. Don't get in that big fella's way.
He's flying. Oh.
He's brought the eagle out.
Wow, it's high noon for the Bling team with a gun holstering and the jumps, the beast's jumps. A classic 2 feet jump, volleyball style, beach volleyball style. Amazing. Look at that. And now Bling is
Rob Reeves is the beast's name. He is a player who was well invested about a decade ago, played in Australia and the Gold Coast, represented Australia at under 23s after about a month of playing. And ironically, the very first time he ever played, Chris Kocher was living in the Gold Coast. And the first time I had the pleasure of throwing a disc towards the beast, he happened to jump over Chris Kocher to get it. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're tall, but you just skied one of the best young players in the world. We got to sign this kid up. And he did really do some great things on the Australian scene, but then went back to pro volleyball where he does a lot of damage, smashing balls just the same. Laffi goes high and over. Girotto on the reception. Girotto looking to engage and then gets Grossi as Trope gets ankles crossed up and hits the deck for a second. Girotto fires the backhand low, but Laffi is there. 2 hands on it. Laffi levels out, finds La Fiata, and the prosciutto thighs scouts out the open receiver and puts up one back on the board for the Italians.
Good offense by Italy. It's always there's always good marking, but they're patient enough to look for the reset, look back at the sideline where they want to play. And this was an inch out for Laffi, so great offense. 5-6 passes and a score. That's what you want.
You know what else we want, Chopos? A couple more likes in that YouTube feed right now.
For sure.
Hit that button. It's a hot button to hit right now. Everybody's doing it. Go get yours, ladies and gentlemen. All the action. We got Dandy Warhols blaring through the Eurodisc arena right now. Vibes are on high.
Like the sun is high, and if you need a hat, I'll remember you to go to the VC store full of gadgets and souvenirs from the Paganello. And remember, buying a blue hat of the Italy team helps them send them to the World Beach Cup.
Yeah, get the Italian hat and look out for that Cardenas VC collaboration stuff while you're there too. For now, it's Bonnet sending it in the middle. Trope quick to Mickle. Mickle looks up and fires La Gala. Looks like she's right under it. Goes the airplane arms, and that was easy offense.
Yeah, both teams are really grinding in offense, and they're having a tough time figuring things out in defense, mainly due to the talent of the player handling the disc, I think.
How about that Jimmy Mickle huck? I love his forehand. It's so nice to watch. And this is just vintage Vimy. I mean to say vintage Jimmy. And an absolute dime dropped for La Gala. Here it is again. The release speed is incredible.
Yeah, that's what really is astonishing to me. The quick release and obviously the strength under the length of his hucks is unbelievable.
So we've got a Bling line out there with Bonet, Kocher, and Lopez as the MMPs. I see Volchak out there, and I see Lisa Pitt-Caithley on the other side. Pagliarani and Grossi as the Fumps with Laffi, Fantini, and Girotto. Their O-line is pretty tidily the same with or a very small rotation on their O-line right now.
Yeah, luckily this pool rolled out. There was a miscommunication in between the Italian handlers and...
Am I wrong, or have we not seen David Barzazzi in this game?
Yeah, we didn't saw him.
I'm surprised by that.
Oh, maybe there's something we don't know.
Pagliarani goes to Fantini. He throws high, and Girotto takes it. J-Lo ready to pop if the throw wasn't perfect. And J-Lo on a foul there, which Girotto calls. Back into play, Girotto. Goes around and gets Grossi. Grossi opens up the arm, sends, and Bonet gets a touch to it before Laffi can squeeze the hand. Laffi, is he wondering if it was a foul? They are going to discuss this. We may get a second look here.
Yeah, Laffi was really thinking about even calling it before starting to talk, was taking a breath.
Oh, he got the disc clean, but he fell into him.
No, I think it was...
You think strip? I mean, possibly a strip.
I think it's a possible strip call.
It is tight.
Contested. It's a foul, contested foul. You were right, as always. Steph, you were always right. It was a contested foul. It was a foul
think
call.
that's fair to send it back. Again, I thought the block was clean enough, but he did definitely land on him.
Yeah. I mean, Laffi couldn't freely do the motion catch because of the bid, so it's fair enough.
Girotto trying to get around, tight marking, another foul on the Lopez mark.
Yeah, very tight mark on Girotto. Girotto is a really wide stepper, and he needs his space. J-Lo now figuring out the count, and now he's nodding. I think we're going to go back pretty fast to the game. Yeah.
Pagliarani back to Girotto. Girotto sends high, Laffi takes. Laffi switches the field and back inside. Pagliarani ties things up for the current score.
Yeah, we got a bit more call in this point. There were a couple of calls on the marking. There was a foul on Laffi. I mean, it's normal. Things are getting heated. Spaces are closing. Bodies are touching. It happens. But everything ended up with a smile.
It's heating up, staying level here, 4 apiece. Bling in the driver's seat with the break. A question from Luna in the chat. Y las Bebes Cardenas, they're not suited up for this game, but they'll be back for the Copa Tanga portion of the tour. Not in prime game form for the day, but nothing serious.
Ciao Luna, and ciao to everyone following us from YouTube at home. Keep the chat fiery, because here the crowd, it is fiery, like the smoky air of barbecue that we are smelling here from our station.
That's gonna be some arrosticini, no?
Yeah, this is Sam getting it done as always. Not in the final.
Not in the final, but they will get their barbecue done. Leshnik backpedals and then lets it go.
Yeah, calling the brick.
She'll pick it up and take it to the brick.
Tiny brick.
She's out there with Garvey, Boxley, Trope, and Bonet. That is a very strong line. Against them, Casarini, Tognetti, Pompizzi, Scazzieri, and Venturoli. That's also a very strong line.
Yeah.
Disc is in, Leshnik, flipper right away. Boxley on the reception, now Garvey. He trips on the tape and goes back inside to Boxley. Box to Garvey, Pingu on the bid. Garvey waits and leads for Bonet. Great placement, Pompizzi was ready to pop. Bonet to Trope. Trope
Quick.
to Boxley. Boxley straight back to Trope. Trope, Leshnik in for the goal. And that's it. 1-5 for Bling, and I almost fell off the stage here.
Yeah, it was almost impeccable offense, good enough to make you fall off your seat.
Yeah, that good. They really got moving once they got in the red zone. You could see the marks getting compromised because of a couple of break throws, because of the lateral movement, using the width, and those last 2-3 throws, you know, Boxley, Trope to Leshnik there. They just, it was looking too easy. And just looking very beautiful. It was a very nice ultimate. And that's what you expect when you get some of the best in the world playing together.
Cuoricini, cuoricini, cuoricini.
What do we got going on here, Chubb? Is this an Italian classic?
Yeah, this was a classic of this Sanremo. Cuoricini. And it's obviously called Cuoricini. So now we have Laffi, just gave a bit of wisdom to the whole line. La Fiata, Pancotti, Girotto, Ruscello, and Pagliarani, trying to fire them up to get this offense and give another opportunity to the defense to break. And it's a straight out of bound pull going straight into the crowd, not caught.
And so they're trying to mark where it went out. You see Jimmy Mickle and Peter Nia there, giving their best perspective on where it would have went out.
Starting on the line, marked by Bo Kittredge.
Girotto.
But they're not pushing the line, so that's fine.
Into play, center to La Fiata. Two teammates there, one-time teammates, Lagala and La Fiata.
Jesus.
Bo tries to go around, athletic play there, but not quite. Pagliarani goes high. Is Girotto going to get a second chance? He won't. Bling a chance to break. Lagala to the disc.
Yeah, it was a tough angle because the dump was really far away and still going backward.
Lagala winding up and then takes Bo in the dump space. Quickly back to Lagala. Lagala leads and fires. Volchak with space and then leads in front, but too fast for Lawrence, and it'll go back to the Italians.
Wow. What a mistake. Unfortunate, obviously. There was a lot of spin in that disc. You know, I can just imagine how much strength can have like a grip.
We hear the Bonanza music. That means halftime is going to come after this point. La Fiata goes to Pancotti. Ruscello was inside, but the defense covered it up. Pagliarani gives some shape to a backhand and goes to Girotto. Girotto leads high to La Fiata. From the sideline, high, floaty one. It will land on Pancotti. Gaia, bumpy, bump, bump, bump.
Bang!
And at 5-5, they just called halftime. I believe it's halftime at 6, based on the way this tournament has gone. So this is a Galaxy point, by my estimation.
I don't know if we have to go back to this kind of arguments, but I would call it a star point. Just to annoy you, Steph.
You would call it a what?
A star point.
A star point.
Instead of a galaxy.
That's never going to work, Chopo.
Yeah, I know, but it's just to annoy you. I can go on with thousands of other better names than galaxy point.
No, there are 0 names that are better for it. That is the perfect name for it.
I don't think so.
Try me, Chopo. No.
We're going to square things up after while we...
How can we stay mad at each other when Paganello's song is playing, Chopo?
It's impossible, Steph. The Paganello theme is blasting through the boom boxes. The crowd is covering themselves because of the shining sun here on this Eurodisc arena. Remember, like and subscribe. ULTI.TV, best in the world. The only one bringing you this type of content in this comfortable and amazing situations.
Chris Kocher with the disc in hand. Jimmy gives a jab step and gets open. And there's David Barzazzi, first we've seen of him. Pitcaithley opens up the backhand, sends deep looking for Leshnik, but it's Casarini well in front. Break chance for the Italians. They've gone deep. Barzazzi is there. Is there enough room? There is not. Gasperini can't keep it in the field. That was a glorious opportunity.
Yeah, that was a mistake, unfortunate mistake. I mean, the chance was good. Gasperini saw the mismatch, the speed mismatch, not the height mismatch, and tried to get an advantage of that, but the disc also went out fairly early, so now Bling getting back from midfield.
Mikkel. Kocher and Gasperini were tangled up in defense. Mikkel trying to shake Barzazzi, but Barzazzi stuck to him like glue. And a drop there. Foul called. Crowd, as expected, do not like it.
It was really in front of me. I got a really good angle on it. I don't know if it was bumped before, but Jimmy Mikkel really looked like dropped this catch and got bumped. We saw a similar call in the game prior to this.
Tough to tell anything from that angle.
Yeah, Jimmy's living it. Good guy, Jimmy, always.
Yeah, Jimmy makes the right calls always. He is a class act of a human being.
Always with a smile on his face.
Yeah. And now the pickup from Casarini. Gasperini is cutting hard, and the Italians pick it up and take a timeout before half. Don't you guys go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, too, and be back with more action from Paganello Real Mixed Final.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And traded the tip and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
Brothers. My brothers all three up here.
Yeah.
They're all in college now. If I go on that side,
Yeah?
here, I'm gonna come and celebrate to the camera for a score.
Here we go.
This year, London Invite is bigger than ever, with 8 teams in the Open Division, 8 teams in the Women's Division, and for the first time, a full 8-team Mixed Division.
With 5 World Games teams, USA, Canada, Australia, Germany, France.
As well as the Tokai Super Team, is sure to be the ultimate showcase of the best in the world.
More teams, more streams, more stars, more ultimate.
More excitement.
You're not going to want to miss London Invite 2025.
We're at Paganello 2025, 5-5, a cracker of a game here. Italy versus Bling. That last commercial talking about the London Invite coming up, one exciting event on the ULTI.TV calendar. Make sure you are keeping yourself informed. The first throw after the timeout is not well timed, and Casarini throws to a space where no one was. Then the deep shot looking for Kocher. Mikkel put it up. Gasperini did a good job to get in front and go up early, and may well have got Kocher off the ground, reading the body instead of the disc.
Yeah, I don't think it would have caught it anyway. It was really deep. This throw was really deep and still high at the moment of the crossing of the bottom line. So, couple of turnovers and couple of quick solution tries for both teams. Obviously, they want to play on David Barzazzi now that they have the chance to do it.
They are going straight away. Barzazzi and Mikkel is the contest. Barzazzi takes a big one. Finds Scazziani. And Barzazzi erupts with a scream.
Wow.
Italia take the lead.
That's a banger.
6-5.
Yeah.
That'll get the crowd going.
A lot of box out, and Barzazzi found himself on the right side of the leaning angle of this disc. It was stopped by the wind, and then it got a inside-out angle that leaned into the far side of the field. Barzazzi was in front, managed to scoop himself right in front of Jimmy. Look at it. Look back at it. I mean, Barzazzi was already really deep. And here, Mikkel thought that this disc was going to go left, more left.
Yeah, a little bit of a box out. They both banging into each other. I thought Jimmy did a good job to steal position.
Yeah.
And Barzazzi kind of just kept backing into him with a bit of contact. Nobody makes the call on that. You saw Trope coming in hard on the other side if there was any chance for it. But you got to give credit to Barzazzi for a heck of a read.
6-5 for Italy. Here at Paganello final Real Mixed 2025. 32 minutes of game played out of the 35.
Here come Bling, Garvey to Lagalla. Lagalla winds up and puts it away now. Bonet. Boxley coming under. Garvey going deep. He takes Box. Box around to Volchak. Volchak waits. Boxley gives the move in the backfield. Then pops one out to Lagalla. Lagalla winds up, puts it after a thought. Garvey gets there on the bid.
Wow.
Stands up and has Bonet as the option. He floats one out, not in. Volchak moving in the end zone. Now Garvey. Great throw. Elliot Bonet goes with the offhand. Volchak in the corner, and that'll tie things up at 6.
Wow. I mean, Tognetti defense was impressive. The only way that could get free was with this kind of catch, with this kind of layout. Tognetti really putting in the effort to stop the Bling reset system. And now we have another point by Bling, so it's 6-6, and the house music is pumping into the stadium.
Oh yeah, it is pumping right now. Feeling it, dancing in and around the Eurodisc arena. People are getting loose, people are getting wild, they've been sold the whole seat, but they only need the edge right now. They're kept on the edge of it, Chopo. This is everything we had hoped for in a final.
And more.
Bonet set to pull. Another blade into the end zone that bounces and rolls. I've got my eye on Levka Volchak and JJ Festa, the coach of Italy, on the far sideline. They're having a chat, looking at a clipboard, which I really, he had summoned to have her over to have a chat, so I've got some curiosity about what that's about. Now Laffy to Fantini.
I think it was for the gender rule checking.
Yeah, Pagliarani, that makes sense. And Laffy takes and gives a big scream and a hard spike.
Yes, Laffy slamming that hams.
The prosciutto, get a workout there. He slaps the ham. And the Italians playing up to this crowd right now. 7-6 lead.
Yeah, I mean, this offense was flawless. After a couple of good defense by Bling, now they really showed an impressive calm and stillness of mind to secure this point in a few passes. And Laffy getting the crowd hyped up and himself hyped up, slamming that prosciutto crudo. Laffy can squat 170 kilos.
Goodness gracious.
Let us know your personal best in the comment.
There's the pole from Casarini. Stopped by Volchak and picked up by Kocher. Trope gives the cut and gets the disc. Far sideline, inside, Pingu came flying through, quick to Kocher. Just missed there, did Tognetti. Now Lagala finds Trope. Trope looks upfield, waits, Kocher's coming, just using incredible speed, and then finds Levka right in front of her. Kocher's speed there, super impressive.
Wow, Tognetti almost got the best of the Bling team with that layout coming from behind, but Bling kept it in the hands, kept the coolness, and managed to score right on with a give and go, and Kocher light speeding through the field.
And you see the locals from Bronx running with the Azzurri blue Paganello flag, trying to get this crowd into it even more. Paradisi's got his spaghetti western costume going. And you look at that crowd, Chopo.
Yeah, the wave, but not everybody is paying attention, and Paradisi is incredibly mad. But now they're giving it to him. Yes, nice wave here at this arena for this amazing real mixed final where Italy is having a point of advantage on Bling. Now waiting for the disc to be pulled by Bling team. And now the speaker just flags the fact that the O-line of this point is all made and raised in Rimini.
An all Rimini O-line for the Italians. The crowd will be behind them. Laffiata, Grossi, Ruscello, Fantini, and Pagliarani. Doing it for Italy.
Wow.
Great guts by Pagliarani to catch that pull at the back of the end zone and make sure that Italy can get their offense moving on the front foot. Fantini goes to Grossi. Grossi hits Laffiata. Ruscello's moving, and the backhand comes out, and Leshnik got her hand. I think that needed to be a forehand, but as soon as the backhand wound up, it really gave a chance to Bling to take it away.
Yeah, unfortunate mistake. I mean, she mimicked a problem with the handling, so I think the disc slipped during a fake. That's my reckoning.
Leshnik comes to center, and Fanto on the hip of Boxley. Leshnik again. Leshnik to Trope, far sideline, looks to center. Boxley. Trope quick to get going and gets it with space. Turns back the other way. ISOing Boxley, but throws him open.
There's a foul.
A foul is called. Trope motioning the foul. Was it her that was fouled?
No, it was Fanto. Yeah, grabbed Bosley.
Yeah.
He grabbed Bosley while he was slipping down.
It was Trope just echoing.
Uncontested, yeah.
So Boxley will bring it to the line, and Fantini will be waiting for him to bring it in. Boxley wants to pop it quick. So can he find the required space? Gets Leshnik, and then Trope in a whole bunch of traffic. She spins the arm and spikes to take a break. And another lead. We've gone back and forth a few times here. 8-7 currently, Bling in front.
You can see the two sides of Claire Trope. As soon as she got the score, she's really mean-looking, mean-mugging people. But then she's just all-around nice player, nice person.
Oh, yeah, super. I think we said it yesterday. She just means business.
Yeah,
like, there's
exactly.
no messing around. And, you know, she's so competitive. But the sweetest person you'll ever meet. She loves a good old time. We talked a whole bunch of gelato last night. And, you know, but from pole to score, she has one thing and one thing only, well, multiple things, but being at her best and not putting up with anything but excellence from herself. And yeah, you see a little bit of that attitude and her swagger.
She's here to deliver.
If this is what cowboys listen to, no wonder they invented the electric guitar.
Chopa, we got a question from Ravi. Does anybody know why La Gala isn't on the Italian beach team this year?
She didn't
nominate.
She didn't put herself up for tryouts.
Okay, so her decision to take a break here from a rep team.
Yeah, I think she's focusing on the club grass season.
Arturo Laffi. 5 minutes left. Echoes through the speaker. Laffi, J-Lo bids, but Girotto throws and then gets going. Dell'Avadova sends to Grossi. Bonnet! That boy was flying, and that was incredible. Elliot Bonnet, a phenom of beach ultimate.
Yeah, not the right throw, not the right decision here for Della Vedova on a double player. Wow, that's some hang time.
Bonnet, and you see
Wow.
Trope and Box touching the fingertips there. That's all it took, and that gave them another break chance. Now La Gala, she sees Pitt Caithley, now does readjust and gets it out, and Pitt Caithley's there under it. Great throw by La Gala and great finish by Lisa P. Finding Keenan Lawrence.
Yeah, Della Vedova should have thrown the disc to Girotto that was completely free on the give and go, but look straight for the assist, and that's gonna be heavy on the Italy game finance. From 7-7 with a disc to go 8-7, now Italy is facing a -2 deficit, 9-7 for Bling team.
This La Gala throw here, quite similar to the one that La Fiata tried to do, but La Fiata got hand blocked by Leshnik earlier. La Gala did the same thing, but really just waited and made sure the space was there. It wasn't the throw she originally wanted to go to Lisa P, but said, hey, I can do this another way and adjust to the mark in front of me. And put that one up with that crazy inside-out shape. And the rest is history now.
Yeah, probably being on the field, they know something we don't, and they understood that from that side, a nice inside backhand is the way to go.
So big pressure now on Italy. We're going to have about a minute until we get our final buzzer, and then it'll be a +1. For now, Harper Garvey set to pull for Bling. That one lands in and rolls out. And Girotto gets the possession going to Pagliarani. Pagliarani goes, and a cough up by Gasparini. Now quick box, Volchak, Garvey, and Kocher in the corner as the saloon music comes on. Bling stretched this one open. It's 10-7 now, and the second half has been all bling-a-ding-ding.
Well, not all of it, come on.
All right, not all.
But yeah, this ominous sound may be sounding the end of the game for Team Italy. Below 3 points after a quick mistake on the first pass. This is really a toll on your mind when you play in such an important game.
Yeah, you're right. It's not been all, but they're getting the benefits now. A couple Italian errors, and Bling are making them pay in the second half. A tie game, back and forth all game, not long lead changes, and now a 3-point lead while we're getting to the time cap, and pressure big time on the Italians. It would take major heroics to dig themselves out of this now.
It was unfortunate. I mean, until 7-7, Italy was looking ahead, also mentally. But that mistake, that slip disc on La Fiata finger really.
We do have Peter Nia on the field right now.
The time is over.
That
Number
fake,
0.
that fixed full slipped fake was really a toll on Italy. The wrong moment.
Laffi leads to Pancotti.
Oof.
Pancotti goes high into Fantini. He's quick to Laffi. Switch on the mark. Bo switches to take, and then the deep throw goes. Pancotti is there. And the Italians get their 8th point of the contest. 2 down from Bling.
Well, did I call the end too early? Hope so. Hope so. Come on, Italy, you can do this.
Chopo here for the Italians to make the late push. Peter Nia, yes, the brain of this team, put this together, brought all these superstars together. Lightspeed is his company. Venture partners, they are behind this, but a great Grandmaster champion on the beach, still doing it at the ripe young age of 59 in and amidst all these superstars.
Yeah, it's just amazing. I mean, look at the atmosphere, clapping.
Everybody clapping their hands, everybody getting behind the Italians, but Bling loving the show too, getting their dance on. Casarini set to pull.
And the pull is going to be a blade.
Levka stops the pull. Kocher picks it up. Oh. Mikkel just about hangs on to that one. Kocher goes around with the backhand. Volchak adjusts, and we've got a call upfield. Pick called. I think it's between Baroni and Pitt Caithley.
Yes, sorry, Giulia. I called you Baroncini a couple of times.
Back in. Trope. Trope looks quick. Pitt Caithley there. And an absolute dime by Trope finds Pitt Caithley to put the 11th point on the board.
Yeah, and we're ready to set the last point of the game with Bling comfortably up 3 points. And I can see that. Oh, no, this was the last point. I'm sorry, Steph. I missed the point. This is the last point of the game, and Bling just won with an incredible flick into the end zone for Lizzie P. And
that is the finish, where the final bell was a little bit misconstrued, but indeed it was the strength of the depth of Bling. They pulled away in the end. The final shot was that Trope throw to Pitt Caithley. And the champions of the mixed division, Paganello 2025, are Bling, who surmount the host country, the national team, the Italian national mixed beach team. A great show from beginning to end of this whole tournament, a great show from beginning to end of this game. The Italians, a class act. They'll be a team to watch in Portugal for sure. But this shiny, polished up, blinging super team were just too much. The international connections, the years of winning, the pedigree of these players, just too much to stop Chopo for many teams, and today for Italy.
yeah, unfortunately, Italy really crumbled at the last couple of points. And Bling really changed up the gearing compared to the first half, where they really didn't get the breaks and the turnover from Italy. In the second half, they really converted all the breaks that Italy gave them, and that was the reason for the 11-8 final score.
Well, a fantastic tournament here. Shout outs at the end always. We've had a wonderful time First to the direction here, the tournament organizing committee, from JJ to Ivan and beyond, that they have a huge team. They've been great help. They've been wonderful to work with. We love coming to Rimini, and we love working with the team here at Paganello. They make life easy. They make life wonderful, so that they get the first big thanks. Next to you all at home watching this, supporting our channel, supporting Paganello, supporting everybody who gets behind this. Give yourselves a pat on the back, hit that like button, do your civic duty. But of course, mostly to my crew here, the ULTI.TV team. We've got two newbies on camera operating right now. Izzy Wild up on camera tube and getting all the shots. Nailing in, zoning in as she's doing right now on the Bling. Izzy, thank you for your work. Fiorentino, Alessandro Fiorentino, our new drone pilot, a local, an Italian rep, a legend, flying the friendly skies and bringing you the aerials. Of course, Chips doing the job on camera one, getting all the shots from the high angle and keeping things legible so you can see the whole game flow. And Felix Chardlow on the ones and twos, hitting the buttons and getting the job done with the direction and the production. Our commentating team, a big thanks to this man right next to me, Francis Dieterle, who stepped in and helped out with a couple games. And, of course, to the full-time crew here. Derbs is down here. Wave to the camera, Derbs. Amelia Durbin.
Ciao, ragazzi. Ciao.
And this wonderful man, Giovanni Chopo Santucci.
That's me.
Thanks to everybody.
And that's the guy.
I'm Steph Rapazzo.
That's Steph Rapazzo.
Thank you so much for joining us. Really, all our thanks to you guys back at home. Thanks for being with us. For all those wonderful names I've just mentioned, I have been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.